Hello everybody, this is HyperCole64, and welcome back to Let's Play Kirby Nightmare in Dreamland. In the last episode, ladies and gentlemen, we finished up Level 5, Orange Ocean, and in this episode, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to continue on to Level 6. I just messed up the intro. I meant Yogurt Yard. Holy frick. I apologize, it's been a while. So, this is actually take 2 on this part, and I already messed up the intro. Good job, me. Anyway, we finished level 5, Yogurt Yard, and in this episode, we're going to go off to level 6, Orange Ocean. That's what I meant to say. Frick everything. Let's get into it. Starting off with the water section, because that's the thing I want to get into right after messing up the intro. Oh, what a great start. So, first off, let's go into this particular area and go ahead and fight this boss. So, I'm actually quite lucky that I have Hammer for this level. Well, actually, no, I'm not. There was a reason why I said that, and that's because there is a particular part of this level where I'm going to need something like Hammer or Stone for, but I can actually use Throw for, actually, to sort of cheese it, or cheat it, I mean. I'll get to that in a little bit. But, for now, I'm going to go ahead and defeat this mini-boss. This will give me Throw, which, again, you will need. You will definitely need if you don't have Stone or Hammer. Again, I'll explain in a sec. But let me just go ahead and absorb him, and we're good. So now we have the Throw ability. So, Throw for this part of the level is mainly just to get a extra 1-up, which I'm going to get right now, after defeating all these enemies. Because once again, if you get hit in water, you lose your ability pretty much almost immediately, and you can't get it back. And I'll just throw that. I just grabbed his projectile. That was amazing. Anyway, get this 1-up. Now, that's what you're mainly supposed to use Throw for in this level, but I'd recommend keeping Throw for the next room, and there is a reason why. So I stated earlier that if you don't have Stone or Hammer for this level, you should try and grab the Throw ability and keep it. Why do I say that? Because once again, this particular stage, I keep saying level instead of stage, relies on random chance. As you can see, there are actually, or you just saw that one enemy actually fell, but 2 enemies are generally grouped together. And the biggest reason why for that is that this level, once again, this particular stage, I mean, relies on random chance because you need Hammer and Stone. Hammer or Stone to get a particular secret in this level, and more specifically to get the secret switch. And guess what? There's no Hammer or Stone in this level, so you have to rely on random chance. However, if you have the Throw ability, you can actually cheat it. So what you basically do is you position yourself, use Throw, angle down, and there you go. You can get through that part. So you don't need Stone or Hammer for this level if you know that particular trick. And honestly, that's sort of my preferred way to do it now, because I'd rather not rely on random chance for this level, because I've already talked about how I'm not a big fan of that form of level design. And the fact that they bring it back twice is kind of annoying. But anyway, secret switch. And we're up to 50 lives now, which is pretty good. Oh, cool. We have an museum. There. Check that out in a bit. So other than the sort of commentary flub at the beginning, things seem to be going pretty nice, although I probably did jinx myself, so I should probably stop saying stuff like that, but whatever. Moving on. I'm gonna be honest, ever since I've actually started using Throw to get that particular secret, I've actually become more of a big fan of Throw, because 1, it does a lot of damage to bosses, and 2, it actually does a pretty good job. If you can grab an enemy, you can throw it at other enemies, and it's a pretty powerful ball of energy that you throw at different enemies, which is nice. Although, let's be honest, I'd rather have Sword. Let's be honest. Anyway, goal! And not quite. I didn't even get 2 that time, good lord. Anyway, first stage down, 5 to go. I like how he just dives down with the sword. Anyway, so what do we have in here? Nah. I'll keep my sword. Anyway. Okay, this part. I believe I will have to... Well, I already got rid of sword, so whatever. Anyway, I believe I need Stone for this... I missed that freaking... Sort of messing up a bit. I apologize. Anyway, so... Oh, we don't actually need... Okay. I think we might need Stone for a part later on in this level. I could be wrong, so I apologize for that, but... Oh, yes, we do. Okay, so make sure you keep Stone for this part. Unlike me. Oh, crap. I need to get back. Come on. Come on. No! Alright, so I gotta restart the level. Alright, so you need Stone for one part of the level, and I'll go ahead and show where that part is, because unfortunately I did screw it up. If you go through here... You need to press down this peg. Unfortunately, I lost Stone. You can also use Hammer to press down that peg as well. But unfortunately, I did lose Stone. So, I'll have to come back for that part in just a bit. So, I'll probably, I'll go ahead and finish this level, and then I'll do a cut to that part. So I can show that I actually did it. That's actually, I think that might be a first, honestly. I can't exactly remember. It's been a while since I've recorded. But that's the first in a while that I've actually had to miss a secret because I didn't have a power-up. Usually I'm able to keep the power-up for those secrets, because there is a secret switch there that I need to get. But unfortunately I can't get it because freaking... And I don't know why I'm using high jump for this level. Ooh! Even though I'm not going to be able to keep it, I'll get it anyway, because why not? Because UFO's awesome. Ah, I freaking destroyed that maximum tomato. Frick me. Anyway. Goodbye. Over 9,000 laser. Death to all of you. Yay. It's too bad you can't keep UFO outside of levels, but I can understand why they did that, because it is kind of an overpowered power-up, so I guess they didn't want you to keep it for other levels. They also did that in what was the name of the game? Frick, I forgot. It's the next, it was the next Game Boy Advance game. What was it? Kirby and the Amazing Mirror. That's what I mean to say. Yeah, they also did the same thing, where if you went back to the hub world in Amazing Mirror, it got rid of UFO, which kind of sucked, but whatever. Anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and get stone and cut back to that one secret, so I will be right back. Okay, I am back. Let us try this again, and I'm just going to wait for that bomb to explode. Or I did wait for that bomb to explode, I guess I should probably say. Anyway, destroy you, and get up here. There we go. Alright, now we're good. So go ahead and destroy the peg. Destroy the peg. There we go. And secret switch. Awesome. And just for the record, both of those doors lead to the same, back to the same area, so there's really no point in trying both doors because they just lead back to here. Anyway, so I believe we could just go ahead and exit the level. It should save it. Yeah, that's awesome. Okay, and honestly, that's another cool feature about this game. It's the fact that if you do end up missing a secret switch, if you go back and press it and go ahead and exit the level, it still counts as completing the level, which I do appreciate. Anyway, there seems to be an arena here, so let's try this out. Ooh, this guy. Try this out with stone. Probably not going to go well. Although stone does a lot of damage, so this might go well. Boop. That actually went very well. Good job, me. Alright, let's get burning. Alright, level 3, and I believe... Oh, the ship level, this one. Okay. So, I mentioned earlier how there's a particular ability or a particular trait with laser that you should probably keep in mind. This is the level I was talking about when I mentioned that. I mentioned... Well, you know what? I'll go ahead and mention it in a bit when we actually get to the actual secret. But this is a ship level. They throw a lot of enemies at you in this level. I tend to notice this. But anyway, the first thing you want to do... This is a pretty elaborate secret switch. The first thing you want to do is you want to defeat Bonkers here and grab his ability. So let's just go ahead and do that very quickly. There we go. Oh no, I destroyed him! Frick. Okay. I believe if we go back in, we can fight him again. I'm hoping we can, or else I'd be screwed. Might want to be careful with burning, because apparently you can actually hit him twice if you're not careful. Frick me. No, let's grab you. This probably would be better. Okay, we can refight him. Thank God. If you weren't able to refight him, that would kind of suck. You have to, like, restart the level. Although, what does kind of suck about this game is that if you pause the game, you can't re-exit, or you can't exit the level and then go back into it unless you reset the game. You can only do that if you complete the level and then you want to go back for other things, which kind of sucks, but whatever. The game wants to do that, then whatever. Anyway, make sure you have hammer, destroy this peg. You can also use throw to destroy that peg if you come in here with throw. Destroy you. Let's get that. Get some health. Destroy that. Now get rid of hammer. I'm not going to grab that one up. You can, if you just press down to that part, like right when you get out of that door, you can barely grab the one up, but you do risk dying there, so be careful on that part. Anyway, hand it here. There's laser. If you miss it, just go back into the room. Exit out. Destroy you. Go back in. Suck him up. And get laser. Okay, so I mentioned earlier about a particular trait of laser that you should keep in mind for later. So, it's light amplification by stimulated emission of radiation. Now, I mentioned in an earlier part about the whole radiation thing and how you should keep that in mind for later. This is the level I was talking about. And I was very confused about this my first time playing through this, and even when I played it again recently, like I think about a few months ago, and finally beat 100%. What you're supposed to do, as you can see here, there's a little fuse right there, and like, at first I thought maybe just grab fire and I could just do the whole directional thing. I could press up or down to change the fire's direction. As it turns out, you can't do that in this game, which kind of sucks. In other Kirby games, you can. You can change the direction of fire if you have the fire ability. You could change the direction that the fire is going at. In other games, in this game, you can't. Well, as it turns out, if you use laser... It can also work as a form of lighting up the fuse, which I did not know, and I don't think the game even signifies that you can do unless you pay attention to the radiation part, which, I don't know. You know, let's just freaking do it. There we go. So that's how you're supposed to do that part. Get that switch, and we are all good. Alright, let's actually finish up the level then. Although before we actually finish up the main level, I actually want to go ahead and explore a little bit because there are some secrets to get. For example, go through these doors, gets our extra 1-ups. Which that's actually kind of a nifty trick. It's just the fact that these windows are actually doors that you could actually grab 1-ups to. But if you go through normal doors, you just get enemies if you go through them. Like so. So that's pretty interesting. And then if you go through this door, I believe, you can see the secret, but you can't actually get the secret. So you have to go through an elaborate path that I showed earlier. Anyway, I think that's pretty much all I can show. So let us move on. Also, I apologize that I keep mixing up levels with stages, because these aren't technically stages, because the overworlds are called levels, and they're full of multiple stages. Also, that was a voice crack earlier. So, you know, I usually called individual parts of a game levels. Like, this I would consider a level, and then it could be the type of thing where it's like levels are considered worlds. Like in Mario, you know, a place with like a lot of levels is considered a world and all that type of such. But anyway, Warp Star! I had to go ahead and say that. So I do apologize that I keep mixing up level with stage, because they kind of get mixed up in my head, but whatever, nothing I can do. I didn't really like Laser anyway. Laser, the only point I really find Laser to be important is really that part. Other than that, it's really not important for anything else, other than maybe getting a couple 1-ups or some health in some stages. It's not a bad power-up, I just don't think it's particularly helpful in any other case than that particular part. Where you wouldn't know that Laser can actually light up a fuse, so anyway. Let's go through here. Let us try this again. And this time I'm going to concentrate, because last time I roleplayed and that didn't go well for me. Bonk. This is relatively easy though, so as long as I concentrate, I should be fine. There we go. It's sort of random when these Kirbys actually give in. Sometimes it will take a while for these Kirbys to give in, and sometimes it will only just take like a couple turns, and that's pretty much it. Like, that first Kirby didn't last long at all. And that Kirby didn't last long at all. The ball isn't even going that fast yet. It's still going relatively slow. Okay, it's going a little bit faster. Okay, it's going a little bit faster. Come on. Okay, this Kirby's trying. There we go. Come on. Oh, shoot. That actually lasted a bit, but I managed to do it. But yeah, it's kind of weird. It's kind of random when those Kirbys will give in on any particular difficulty. Sometimes they give in immediately, and sometimes they give in after. They don't give in until after quite a bit of rounds around all the Kirbys. But anyway, 3 1-ups for me, as if we needed more 1-ups already. We were already up to 59. We've almost passed the 60 live mark. Good lord. Anyway. Oh, cool. Ice Cream Island. There's a little bit of alternate paths there. If you can actually... Both paths lead to the same door, but if you go down, you can either go down this path, or you can go up here. Dodge all these coconuts. And you can grab sword, or not grab sword, because I messed up there. But, luckily in this game, there's respawning enemies. It's the one time where respawning enemies is kind of a saving grace when you want to get an ability that you accidentally... You want to suck up an enemy you accidentally destroyed, you know. It's sort of the saving grace of having respawning enemies. Anyway, ooh, this part's interesting. So this part, it has quite a bit of secrets here. So you have a bunch of stuff that you can destroy, which allows you to get a bunch of 1-ups. But again, like we ever need them, but I'm gonna go for them anyway because I like 1-ups, even though 1-ups are kind of rudimentary in this video game, because really, 1-ups, the only point you really want to go for 1-ups for is if you were playing this game in one sitting. But even then, you still get a ton of 1-ups in this game, and I am messing this up. Holy frick. There we go. I need B. But yeah, even with just the amount of, like, even if you're playing this game in one sitting, like I said, this game just hands the 1-ups to you. It is just ridiculous. It's crazy. Like, as you can see, like, just now, we just surpassed 60 1-ups. Like, that is a lot of 1-ups. And for those of you asking how I'm able to keep all my 1-ups, and because I've been recording this game through different recording sessions, for those of you who have been asking, who might be wondering how I'm able to keep all my lives throughout all these play sessions, because, just for the record, if you do exit, if you do turn off the game and turn it back on, your lives completely reset back down to about 3 lives. How I basically do it is that because I'm playing this off the Virtual Console, I basically do save states, I guess you can call them, or restore points, and that's how I'm able to keep all my lives. So, for those of you who might be wondering, that's why. Anyway. Oh, why did I destroy that? I need sword. Sword's better. Won't get destroyed by you. There you go. And sword. Yay! It's also better for water, too. Sorry, I'm running out of breath here for some reason. Probably shouldn't talk too fast, else I'm gonna run out of breath. Then again, I will still talk very fast anyway, so it really doesn't matter. Really gotta be careful there. Anyway, there's a secret. As you can see, it's a little bit hard to see, although it's... Honestly, this secret, I think, is a little bit hard to see in the NES version. I think it blends into the background I said background her. Anyway, I think this secret is harder to get in the NES version because I think it blends it with the background more. But in this game, it's pretty easy to see. I could be wrong about that. I'll make sure... I'll have to probably check that later. If I am wrong, I do apologize, but... Yeah, that secret's pretty easy to see. Anyway, probably one of the easier secrets to get, honestly. Because it doesn't actually require you really do anything special. You just have to go through a door and you get to it. Which is kind of interesting. It's just... I don't know. Maybe this is just me, but I feel like the difficulty of getting all the switches in this game, all the secret switches, is kind of mixed, and it's kind of goes back and forth. Like, there are some... Like, obviously, in the first level, the first switch we got was pretty easy to get. Oh, wait. Okay, I need Parasol for this part. So I can get through that part without getting hit too much. Like, in the first... Like, in level 3, when we got to our first secret switch, there was that whole thing where it was just, like, it was pretty easy to get, you know? It was just, like, destroy some blocks, get a door, and you go to a different room, and then you get to the secret switch. Pretty easy. But I feel like the difficulty of getting these switch can be just a little bit, can go kind of back and forth. Like, as you saw in some previous stages, we had to use an ability that we don't usually use, laser, to light a fuse that we never knew laser could actually light up. Like, and then in this level, it's just find a door and then you find a secret switch and that's pretty much it. I don't know. I don't know if that actually makes sense. I apologize if that doesn't make sense, but I don't know. That's just how I feel. Anyway, before we head up to level 5, let's do another grinding section. Oh, this is level 2, so this is a little bit harder. Yeah, this is where the minigames actually start to ramp up in difficulty a bit. Like, as you can see, I'm starting to go a little bit faster in this part now, compared to level 2. Or level 1, I mean. This is level 2, frick me. Guess I'm gonna focus on this. I did better on that section than any other section in this playthrough so far, and that was level 2. Every other air grind stage I've done in this game so far has been level 1, and that is the best I've ever done in an air grind stage. That is so freaking ironic. Anyway, we're up to 67 lives now, like we needed them. Anyway, I believe we're gonna get a sort of serene change in this level. Yes, we are. It looks so nice and serene. I like how we go from, you know, just, oh, sunny ocean to, you know, blue, mystical area. And this is actually the song for the next level, actually, Rainbow Resort, which is interesting. Which honestly, I do find that kind of weird how they introduce level themes that show up in, like, that are supposed to be the level themes for levels that are supposed to be occurring next, and then they introduce those themes for, like, the first, particularly in this level, in Orange Ocean, they introduced the theme of Rainbow Resort in the last couple stages of it, which, not quite sure how they did that. Maybe it's just show a preview of what's to come, but it still seems kind of weird to me. I don't know. That's my opinion. Anyway, so I believe we don't really need a particular ability to get the secret in this level, I think? I'll go ahead and grab sword. Also, if you haven't been noticing, some of the enemies have also been changing color. Oh, wait. Yes, we do. We need an ability. We are going to be lighting up a fuse, which means we need fire. And be careful on this part, because as you can see, some enemies are not only changing color, but are also getting faster. So you want to be careful throughout these final levels, because enemies are going to get harder to dodge and not get hit by. Like, as you can see, I'm starting to struggle not to get hit here. Like, this particular... that freaking Waddle dude is on a mission. He's just running so fast. Like... Anyway, light up that fuse. Run up. Run as fast as you can. You won't need fire for the rest of this part. Just dive down, and there we go. So, not too difficult. Grab the secret switch. So that's done. So, oh man, another one of those freaking stages. I wonder if that particular minigame is going to be level 2, because if it is, I'm definitely not going to be able to beat that one. I'm definitely not going to be able to beat Meta Knight in level 2 of Samurai Kirby, because I can't even beat Meta Knight in level 1. Like, good lord. Anyway. Is it level 2? Yeah, it's level 2. Alright, I'll give it my best shot. Also, it's not Samurai Kirby. I'm thinking of Kirby Superstar when I say Samurai Kirby, because this is more similar to that than the original version of Quick Draw and Kirby's Adventure, which was more of a Western type of style instead of sort of like a samurai style. Anyway, I'll give this a shot, but I know I'm definitely not going to beat Meta Knight, because my reflexes are not fast enough. So you have to be a little bit faster with your reflexes in the higher difficulties. Should probably not use my thumb for that. I don't technically use my thumbs for these because it doesn't really work well. Oh, there was tie. Yeah, as you can see, I'm getting a tie with Kawasaki. So, as you can see, a little bit harder. And good job, me. I pressed the ZR button. Kind of shaking a bit, honestly. Alright, let's see if I can beat King DDD. I've never gone past King DDD on level 2. Yeah, as you can see, 13. I can't go higher than that. The highest I've ever gone is 14. I can't go any higher. Or I can't go any lower, I guess I can probably say. Faster, that's what I mean to freaking say. Anyway, final stage of level 6. Let's do it. And for this part, we need to actually... this part's a little bit interesting, because we actually need to grab a power-up in the next room, and then we need to go back. And you'll see why in a bit. So, enter this room, grab UFO, go back into the next room, or in the last room, I mean. Head down here, and then use a fully charged beam. That was my freaking Kindle. Bam! Get past that, and our secret switch. And I believe this part actually has a branching path in it, so I believe we are going to be playing this stage twice just to show that off. And I believe this is actually the first, at least the first major stage to actually have proper branching paths, which is interesting. But anyway, this part could be kind of tricky because there's just UFOs everywhere. And it can be kind of hard to keep your UFO, or keep your UFO ability, I mean. It's just shooting at you. I sucked in 2 UFO enemies, and I got Hammer. And I lost Hammer. Good job, me. I'm great at video games. Oh, frick. Go away. Frick you. Hate Scarfies. Grab this, because I need it. Alright, so I believe... Is this where the branching path is? Yes, it is. Okay, so you can take the top path or the bottom path. I'm not quite sure. I think I know what the top path leads to. I'm not quite sure what the bottom path is, because I'm mostly taking the top path. Because I've done a practice run for this particular level, and I know what the top path does. I don't know what the bottom path does, but because there are branching paths, we will be replaying this level twice, so let's do the top path first. In the top path, we're going to be fighting 2 Poppy Roach Seniors. That's what we want to do here, because we have UFO. We could just defeat these enemies in a cinch. Turn around, Kirby. Bam! Done. And out. And as you can see, we can get that. We get invincibility candy, so... As you can see, if I can do it right. There we go. Get a 1-up. And I believe... that is it. So that part leads to an invincibility candy and a 1-up. So we'll go ahead and replay this level in just a bit, just so we can see what that other path is. Anyway, so be careful in this part. There we go. Let's see if I can beat this with UFO. I mean, I've done it before, so I probably can, but you never know. These enemies can be a little bit tricky, even with this ability. Especially with those freaking... especially with those enemies. Alright. Come on, you can do it. You can do it, Colt. Yep. Ah! Nope. There we go. Right. Almost lost UFO. One more enemy. Ah, frick. Die! Alright. And that's the end of the level. Awesome. And because we had UFO, we unfortunately lost it, which sucks. But whatever. Anyway, because there was a branching path, like I said earlier, I'm going to go ahead and cut back... and we'll go ahead and see what that branching path entailed. So, I'll be right back. Wait a minute. Where are all the UFO? All the UFO enemies are gone. So wait, if you grab UFO and defeat all of them, do they not come back? Hold on a freaking minute. I need to check something. Because I don't see any UFO enemies anymore. Holy frick. Hold on a minute. I lost my ability there, but oh well. I'll go ahead and grab sword again. There we go. Let me see. Yeah, all the UFO enemies are gone. So if you get the secret switch, do all the UFO enemies just disappear? That's actually quite interesting. I did not know that before. Wow. The more you know. NPC. Sorry. I had to make that joke. Anyway, so let's see what the bottom path is. And we have to fight 2 of these guys. Alright. Let's defeat these 2. Shouldn't be too difficult. Yeah, that wasn't too hard. So what does this lead to? At least do this part. Being attacked by a bunch of enemies. The question is, do we get a reward? Do we get a reward? No, we don't. So you'll want to take the top path for this level because you actually get an extra 1-up for that. Again, not to say that 1-ups are important, but still, you get something. And also you get invincibility candy, which makes dodging enemies a little bit easier. But let's just go ahead and exit the stage. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, it is time to head off to the 6th boss of the game, which is a very, very special boss. You'll see why I said that in a sec. We are fighting Meta Knight. Meta Knight actually made his first appearance. I actually haven't talked much about Meta Knight yet. Meta Knight actually made his first appearance in this game, or at least in the original Kirby's Adventure. And he's a mysterious knight that sort of, I guess you could say, guides Kirby through his adventure. Which is honestly more apparent in the original Kirby's Adventure, because in the original Kirby's Adventure, there are some instances where Meta Knight will actually throw items at you for some aid. So, for example, in, I believe, level 1, when you get the invincibility candy for the first time, in the original NES version, Meta Knight actually throws that item to you for help, which is actually kind of interesting. It's kind of interesting how they decided not to do that for this game. But as you can see, Meta Knight can be a little bit tricky. You have to use sword for this part. I'm not quite sure if you can wait it out. There are some games where you can wait out the Meta Knight boss fights, more specifically in Kirby Superstar, and you can just use your own ability. I don't think you can do that in this game. I think you have to grab sword for this fight. But this part can be pretty tricky, especially when you're on low health, because Meta Knight can actually guard your attacks, so you want to be careful. But it's a pretty interesting boss fight. I actually really do like this boss fight, because it's just like, it's 2 warriors going toe-to-toe to each other, both with swords, which is pretty cool. Anyway, we're almost done. We almost got him. Come on. I went into this part with low health, so maybe I should have healed before this. Oh well. Makes it more intense. Alright, almost got it. No! That upward thrust. Alright. Well, luckily all have full health for this part now. So, no problem. I think that was actually my first death on a boss in this project, actually, which is kind of interesting. And I guess it's actually kind of fitting that was Meta Knight, because it kind of fights like you. But if you're at full health, this is actually not too tricky. As long as you're trying not to get too pummeled, I think you should be pretty okay. But as you can see, he does guard your attack, so you have to be careful about that. But I do find this particular boss particularly very interesting and really cool, because it does seem like he actually fights like an actual player, which is pretty interesting. But anyway. Okay, one more attack. Come on. There we go. And then... he looks like us. What could that mean? We're not quite sure, because they don't exactly explain it in this game, but whatever. Anyway, folks, that is it. That is Meta Knight, and that was level 6. And, I guess that does it for this episode. Next time we meet, folks, we're going to be heading off to level 7, Rainbow Resort. And, fun fact, we're actually getting close to beating the game. We're not too far off the final boss of the game, so... with that being said, if you enjoyed this video, please check out my other content. Follow me on Twitter at HyperCool64 and live streams every Friday and Saturday. Until we meet again, folks, I'm HyperCool64. I thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next episode.